the beginning of the March, the 6,000 Johnson & Johnson vaccine supposed to ship to city of Detroit. But the measure Mike Dugan said, no thanks. We want the better vaccine. Moderna and Pfizer are the best. And last Friday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau got vaccinated with AstraZeneca, which according to measure Mike Dugan's standard, that's not the best vaccine. So how come a Canadian Prime Minister not treated as well as a regular citizen in Detroit? Mr. Toastmaster, I got an email notice from South Lake Hospital in Newmarket last Friday that I can get AstraZeneca vaccine. So I start to think, should I take this vaccine or should I wait for better vaccine? And so far, there are 4 officially approved vaccines in Canada: Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Janssen. And recently, Johnson & Johnson is also approved. And for the Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, you need 2 doses. Janssen and Johnson & Johnson, you need only 1 dose. When the measure Mike Dugan said the best vaccine, I think he was talking about this parameter called the efficacy rate. And maybe he's also thinking about some other side effects. For the efficacy rate, Moderna is 94%. Pfizer is 95%. AstraZeneca is 60%, and Janssen is 66%. Same for the Johnson & Johnson, 66%. So I've seen that people get vaccinated with Pfizer and Moderna. They are so perky. Looks like they are the drivers of Mercedes, BMW. But other people get a regular vaccine. They're just like driving a cheap car like a Hyundai, Elantra, the Kia Rio, or the Ford Fiesta. But that judgment of the efficacy rate is wrong because you cannot just use the efficacy rate to judge a vaccine. So first, let's talk about what the vaccine efficacy rate is calculated and how the vaccine's purpose. So the people did this vaccine test in the clinical trial. There's tens of thousands participants divided into 2 groups. One group of the placebo group and another group with a vaccine. So here, I'm just going to give you a simplified calculation because I don't want you to start use a calculator or starting an Excel spreadsheet. So let's say at the end of the test, there's 105 people got infected with COVID-19 and 100 people from the placebo group and 5 people from the Pfizer vaccine group. So that means the people in the Pfizer vaccine group is 95% less chance get infected than the people in the placebo group. So same we can think about in the AstraZeneca group. You got finally at 140 infected with COVID-19, 100 people from the placebo group and 40 from the AstraZeneca group. That means the people is 60% less chance get infected. And even though we still cannot do a one-on-one, a head-to-head comparison with these vaccines, because these vaccines tests are done at a different time and a different part of the world using a different standard. And for example, the Pfizer and the Moderna test was done much earlier, and AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson was done later when that virus variants already started. So when we choose the vaccine, we should not only see this efficacy rate, we should also think about which vaccine will keep you out of the death, which will keep you out of the hospitalization, and which vaccine will keep you to end this pandemic. And that is 100% for all these vaccines will keep you alive, keep you from hospitalized, and keep you us to end this pandemic. And later, the mayor of Detroit understood that, and he backtracked, and he accepted the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So my fellow Toastmasters, I know that we have mainly amateur cyclists in this club. So think about if you're riding a bicycle on the highway with only a helmet. The helmet gives you the protection is just like now you're wearing only a mask during this pandemic. It's not enough. You should drive a car in the Highway 400. This car is not necessary to be a Mercedes, BMW, can be any car. Elantra, Rio, Fiesta, it will keep you safe when you're driving on the highway. And you may think about that the side effect like a blood clot, but these are very, very rare compared where you have accident on the highway, a major accident. Mr. Stephen Kai said, we should not stop eating because afraid of the choking. And you should not stop driving a car because afraid of accident. And we should not afraid of these rare side effects, and we stop the vaccination. So the best vaccination is what is available, offered to you, and you should take this vaccination, get the jab ASAP, and so we can end this pandemic ASAP. Mr. Toastmaster.